August 1st, 2018, if you've looked at the last two videos, you found good reasons to fear God because your parents weren't perfect and they imprinted on you what a higher power was like. You found good reasons to hate God, all the things that religions have done to all the people in the world throughout time. So there's a lot of good reason to fear and hate God. So we understand all that. But let's talk about something else. What if you need God? Now, what does that even mean? Do you know the reason I believe in God? The reason I believe in God is incredibly simple. On May 4th of 1988, after 30 days of not drinking alcohol, I took a bottle of Michelob Light and cracked it open and held it up to my mouth, and I started to drink. And I really didn't want to. More than anything in life, I wanted to not drink, and I couldn't stop doing that. It was right there. And I prayed a prayer that said, God, please help me not drink. And I set the bottle down. That's the reason I believe in God. It's nothing more than that. All the religion, good and bad, means nothing to me. Only that. That's the reason I believe in God. The reason is because I needed God. Now, whether I hate God, because I did, and whether I feared God, which I did, and whether I had no idea about God, which I didn't, I needed God. And so that introduced me into something, a new openness, an open-mindedness, a willing to be humble, because I had to say, guys, how do you stop drinking? How do you do this? That's what humility is going to another man and saying, teach me how to do what you do. That's what humility is being teachable. So I needed God at that point. And that's the only reason I come to God. I don't come to God because I got nothing else to do, or I want to be an evangelist, or I want to look cool, or look holy, or mighty, or clean, or pure. I don't care about any of that stuff. I need God. God is not something that's just, an accessory in my life, like a cufflink or a tie clasp. That's not what God is. God is a necessity. So here's the thing. If you can't stop using porn, if you really can't, that's a good reason to say, God, I hate you. God, I fear you. But I need you to help. I need some power besides myself. I don't care about religion. I don't care what my parents said. I don't care what my family says. I don't care what my country says. I don't care what my school says. I need some kind of power to help me stop acting out. And that's the need for God. Now, I want to talk about something. When you're in the stage of needing God, the kind of God that you're looking for, when I think of God, when I image God, I think of an image I saw when I was 7-year-old in Vacation Bible School in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. They gave us a little mirror with the back of it was a picture of Jesus. This, 1950 painting of Jesus, kind of like this golden hair and stuff like in this halo light and stuff. And to this day, at 63, I still think in my mind that that's God. Now, that's not God. That's a child's image of God. That's not God. But when I think of God, when I'm first starting as a 7-year-old or my first day in sexual sobriety, I need a God that's much, much more powerful than me. The one that does magic, the one that's mysterious, the one that's mighty, and the one that can cure and heal, and much, much stronger than me. And so that part of God is when I need God. And it's a God that's outside of me. When in AA, they have a beautiful expression that says, all you need to know about God is you ain't him. I'm going to say that again. All you need to know about God is you ain't him. Here's what we do know. You can't stop using porn. That's a fact. And here's something you need to know. You're not God. That's all you need to know. And from that need, and just say, look, I don't know anything about God. All I know is I feel hate, I feel fear, but I got to have something that will help me. And that need will bring you to God, the God that's outside. Now, there's good news and there's bad news about that. God is kind of like water. When water is steamed, heated, it becomes steam. When it becomes cool, it becomes ice. And when it's room temperature, it's water. So God appears in 3 different forms, just like water does. And the part of God that's external to you, that's outside and powerful and, father-like figure and dynamic and, omnipotent and omniscient, just knows you all the time. That's the word I'm looking for. That part of God is the part when you need God. The next two videos, we're going to talk about very, very different parts of God. Omniscient, that's the word I was looking for. Those are very, very different. But this is about humility, saying, I can't stop using porn, and I need God. So we got it where you hate God. We got that. We're afraid of God. We got that. But the question is, do you need God? Now, you don't need the God that has failed you. You don't need that. But we're going to talk about the God that will succeed for you, a new God that you can choose. You have a right to choose your own conception. A brand new thing. It's a revolutionary idea. And we'll talk about that in the next two videos.